don't know the new gen GOATs. Okay, they said this is like the Steph Curry of wrestling right now. I know John Cena, Stone Cold, The Undertaker. I know all of them, but I don't know Roman. All right, so we're about to figure out who Roman is today.
If there's one word to summarize Roman Reigns' career, it is polarizing. This is a guy that when he first arrived on the scene as a member of the Shield, everybody loved him. He was seen as the loner powerhouse of the group. He had these great spots. He was the orchestrator.
People keep telling me I need to get back into WWE, man. I might start watching. I ain't gonna lie.
Triple power bomb. His spear looked amazing, and he rarely talked. So when the Shield inevitably did break up, a little bit prematurely in my opinion, but that's a convo for another day, the Roman Reigns push was something that everybody was intrigued for until we got the Roman Reigns push. Now, I don't have to spend too much time addressing how bad that first Roman Reigns push was.
He definitely has the look of the face of the WWE.
We all were alive to see it. In 2016, Grantland wrote in their article that Roman Reigns was the most despised wrestler in over 25 years. And after...
Bro, nobody can be more despised than JBL, bro. I don't care what no one says. We watched the JBL video. Buddy's cooked. He's done. Randy Orton, Edge... worse than them, there's no way. I'm not believing it.
He was suspended for drug use. Yahoo Sports put out an article and pondered the question on if Roman Reigns is the biggest failure in professional wrestling history. Wow. And in the same 2016, Roman Reigns was voted the most overrated wrestler by the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and by Pro Wrestling Illustrated, he was voted the most hated wrestler of the year. And that was crazy. The first time a babyface was voted that since 1972.
Hold up. Roman Reigns, first babyface to win PWI's most... Hold on, let me go backwards.
Letter, and by Pro Wrestling Illustrated, he
okay, because what I thought PWI stand for, I was about to say, hold on, what's going on?
Was voted the most hated wrestler of the year, and that was the first time a babyface was voted that since 1972. But then the pandemic happened, and everything changed for WWE. Roman Reigns' time in the company was almost up due to his contract, and I'm pretty sure he was going to stay, but the threat of him leaving and tying into his contract negotiations that he needed to turn heel and align with Paul Heyman really not only changed his career for the better.
That's yo, wrestling is so deep. Writing into your contract, like, yo, you want to bring me back as a character? I need a championship run. I need to team up with this person, get my merch next to it. That's, yo, wrestling might be one of the greatest businesses ever ran. I ain't gonna lie.
But
because you can control the narrative. It's not like basketball. You put a shot in the air in basketball. If it go in, it go in. If it don't, you're done. But wrestling is like, we're about to get this script right, and I'm the most valuable to the script. So you better pay up.
Company as a whole. Roman's character took on a whole new level, and he was able to take his cousins along with the ride, as we're now at the point where Roman Reigns has been champion over WWE for over 1,200 days. And you would think that fans would be very happy with Roman Reigns' character, and for the most part they are, but fans still are not satisfied due to the fact that Roman Reigns has basically become the new Brock Lesnar. As we all remember, when Brock Lesnar was the champion in WWE,
too much of a fan.
He was not on every show. He was a part-timer. That didn't change just because he became champion. And now Roman Reigns, within the last year and a half, has now switched over into basically being
Yo, my man beard is immaculate. I need to see what products that man be using. No cap.
Part-time wrestler, or at least not the full-timer he used to be. And it really has so many fans salivating for him to drop the title. And with so many people complaining about this, I honestly think it is great. Not only that Roman Reigns is part-time, but the fact that people hate it so much and want to see him drop the title. For one, Roman Reigns is not a babyface. You should not be cheering for him. Sure, there are cool things about Roman Reigns. He's a lot better than he used to be, and the guy just is badass. But at the end of the day, the guy is a heel. You're not supposed to cheer for Roman Reigns.
Some people like hey, I was cheering for Thanos. Hey, Thanos. Cut the world down to the last molecule. Matter of fact, it's ungrateful people. People cheer for the heel all the time, man.
supposed to boo the man. And I don't think fans truly understand that the art of a heel is to get you to hate that character, and if they're champion, make you want to see them lose that championship by any means. And Roman Reigns has accomplished that to the best degree. I mean, look at Gunther, right? He is a heel that everybody likes. Honestly, nobody really hates Gunther. When he has matches, sure, people cheer for the babyface, but that's usually just because people want to see a title change that happens in wrestling. But after all these Gunther matches, now that we've arrived at the end of the year, so many people love him. Meanwhile, Roman Reigns is a heel champion and so many people despise him and want to see him drop that title badly. I mean, even if you don't hate Roman Reigns and you just want to see him drop the title, that still fulfills his role. The second thing about this that I find so funny is that everybody is all about storytelling until they actually do real storytelling. Roman Reigns being a part-time
that's true. That is so true.
Wrestler and not always being on the shows factors into the evolution of his character. This is the same Roman Reigns that years ago when he was feuding with Brock Lesnar going into WrestleMania 34, every week was calling out Brock Lesnar, calling him a lame champion, saying that he's never on the shows and he's doing a disservice to the fans in the company. That was Roman Reigns. Fast forward and look at what he is today.
he started being the same as Brock Lesnar. He said, hey, look, I'm going to show up when I show up. Listen, cut the check. Let me win another match. I'm done.
Roman has literally become the exact same thing he used to hate. It fully embodies the statement that you either die a hero
or live long enough to become the villain. That's a boy.
Or you live.
That boy Mustard is cooking right now.
Live long enough to see yourself become a villain. It's a very similar story to what's happening right now with CM Punk and Seth Rollins. That is the epitome of storytelling, and it's only going to make the moment that he drops that title so much sweeter, especially in the aftermath. And now it leads into my final point about this Roman Reigns championship reign that so many people overlook. The one thing that separates Roman Reigns from a guy like John Cena is that when they were champions, for the most part,
Yo, John Cena, what do you got on your feet, big dog? What kind of shoes are those? I will never forgive you for the jort purchases I have seen this Christmas season, okay? You will never be forgiven for that.
Not saying it applies to every single scenario, but for the most part, Roman was able to elevate the guys that he feuded with to a different level, while John Cena, when he would beat them, usually those guys would either plateau or completely fall off the face of the earth. And these aren't just my words, but John Cena himself said it and said that's a reason why he thinks Roman is the GOAT. Now, I'm not gonna go as far as calling Roman the GOAT, but he does have a very valid point. If you look throughout Roman's entire championship reign, everyone that he is feuded with for the most part has elevated either just by working with him or in the aftermath of it. When Jimmy Uso got injured, I didn't even think about Jey Uso at all. I don't even remember what he was doing on TV in the meantime until Roman Reigns came into the picture. And now we have Jey Uso doing the solo single star stuff. He has been in main event pay-per-view matches, like not only SummerSlam this past year, but also in the main event of WrestleMania.
So Roman Reigns low-key like the Drake of like wrestling, right? You know, came in, people doubted him. The people who were in the organization, they was like, hey, yo, he's good, but I don't like him. But then he started collabing with everybody. The reason everybody started popping. Yo, my man low-key the Drake of wrestling. That's crazy.
Mania day one, that is not possible if Roman Reigns is not in the picture. And the same thing applies to Jimmy Uso, obviously a little bit less because he hasn't had the solo success of Jey Uso, but the Usos don't get that main event spot if they're not directly tied to the bloodline involving Roman Reigns. Look at Solo Sikoa. The man just dominated John Cena clean in the middle of that ring at Crown Jewel. That doesn't happen if he's not directly tied to Roman Reigns in the bloodline. Then you look at a guy like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Those guys lost to Roman Reigns, especially Kevin.
Hey, Mustard, maybe you should drop basketball and start talking wrestling, man, because these takes, They way better than your basketball takes, man.
Owens, who lost plenty of times to Roman, and look at where they ended up in the main event of WrestleMania, defeating the longest reigning tag team champions in history. And last but not least, look at Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes lost to Roman Reigns, and in my opinion, that loss made him even more over. I think it's very obvious they're building back to Roman Reigns versus Cody at WrestleMania in Philadelphia next year. And the storytelling they have for that match is a whole lot better than what they had.
If they're building to that, who do you think's winning? Is Roman about to take it back home
the first time?
Or Cody about to get his lick back?
First time, the history really wasn't there between those two, and now because they have the history, that's a lot better for this match. And on top of that, Roman has become more of what he's hated over the last year, and this time it really does look like there are legitimate cracks in the bloodline, which feeds into the Cody Rhodes promo that he told him beforehand in their first WrestleMania match buildup. The whole thing about Roman being a chief without a tribe. And even if you just watch the shows now versus right before that match at WrestleMania, Cody is a lot more loved by the fans. I mean, think about it. Going into Mania, there was the question of if the fans were going to turn on him in favor of Sami Zayn. Now, that wouldn't even be a conversation when it comes to Cody Rhodes.
You ain't get
and it's a testament to not only Cody.
Hold up, the Discord didn't send you a noti for the stream?
Himself, but also Roman Reigns, because in his matches and his feuds, he elevates people to a different level, even if they're going to lose to him. And that is the mark of a true great champion, in my opinion. In conclusion, man, Roman is a special wrestler. You shouldn't take this championship reign for granted, because it's the same type of stuff that happened with John Cena. Cena obviously didn't have a 1,200-day title reign, but he ran WWE
1,200 days. It's like 4 years.
For so long. And now that we see John Cena so very little, people have come to appreciate him a whole lot more, to the point that now they're putting him in GOAT conversations. Meanwhile, if you go back to those old shows, Cena would get booed out of buildings on a lot of nights. You truly don't appreciate what you have until it's gone, and that is the epitome of what I'm seeing with Roman Reigns over the last couple of months. Roman is a legitimate draw. Him not being on the shows every week makes him feel a whole lot special, especially considering he hardly wrestles on free TV. And that's proof in the ratings and numbers. We just saw the release of the highest rated segments over the last year, and a majority of them featured Roman Reigns at the top. Crazy. He's a legitimate draw, he's a needle mover, and that's not just a catchy slogan that he throws out there, it's backed up by real facts. But those are just my opinions. If you disagree with me, Omo Mustard, let me know down below in the comment section. I'm always open for discourse. While you're doing it, make sure you drop a like on this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and press that bell for post notifications. This is your boy signing out. Y'all stay safe and have a blessed day. Peace.
I ain't gonna lie, Roman Reigns, I seen him, like people told me I gotta get back into wrestling, but I haven't yet. You know what I'm saying? They told me I could watch it on freaking Peacock or something, or Tubi, one of the two. How can I watch wrestling? All right. And I always seen him, so I figured he was like very popular. Okay. Even Cody Rhodes, somebody said something about Cody Rhodes in my comments like 2 weeks ago. I didn't know what they were talking about. All right. Now I found out. Oh, and CM Punk. Who is CM Punk? Why CM Punk returning will change everything. Somebody said CM Punk returns in my comments. So this might be the next video we got to watch, is the CM Punk one. All right. Because not only are we going to learn about the old wrestling, we got to learn about the new one too. All right. Before I dive back in, because I'm not going to know what's going on. All right.
So when the metal hit his mug, he just sunk in place. 100K Holla, chillin' Bahamas. Come home to your crib and throw in your mama.